actually got my save game on. And you know, as great as these VMUs are, they are definitely very short on space, especially in the long run. But I've actually still got several of my VMU units right here. And eventually they came in a variety of colors. Although I kind of wish I got a solid red one, but my transparent one is not too shabby whatsoever. But yeah, let's pop in Power Stone.
I got transparent blue and transparent blue VMU because I am original.
Well, I had to get... I fairly recently got transparent VMUs because I quickly realized for some games it's not so easy to load up a save file from a VMU that's in a separate controller. Especially for games like Rayman 2, where it just says, hey, select a VMU, and it doesn't tell you which one has your saves on it. And especially for Rayman 2, it had a separate file that could be saved for settings, which was like, do you want widescreen, and how loud do you want your game to be? Stuff like that. Let's see. Flip that around.
So apparently, someone decided that they were going to put a price on Mega Man 2's Wily Castle and how much it would cost if it were actually built.
How would have they come up with an estimate?
Okay, yes. So for stage 1 of it, they had to get the size. So using some sort of measurement, I have no idea how, Mega Man would be 115 centimeters wide. So we'll just assume Mega Man's 115 centimeters wide. So for example, the Guts Dozer is 30 feet wide. So using Guts Dozer's measurement, they quickly came to the conclusion that Wily Castle has a total square footage area of 167,250. So, location. Wily's castle is supposed to be located in the mountains outside a futuristic city. So for this example, they picked a spot near Tokyo, Mount Fuji. Alright. Now, looking at large houses in the Yamanashi area by Mount Fuji, the average price for a property was $679 per square feet. So, multiplying 167,250 square feet by $679 per square foot, the average price is going to be $113,562,750. So that's a pretty damn expensive castle.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised someone actually bothered to do the math for all this.
I'm trying to think of some of the more ridiculous fake video game things that people have tried to make estimates on. The only thing I could really think of off the top of my head that's not really video game related would be like the Simpsons house in Las Vegas. And they recreated just about every single thing except for the basement, because basements were apparently illegal in Las Vegas.
Meth labs.
There's another game I got well after the Dreamcast lifespan, but I actually picked up... Well, I played it at a friend's house before, and like years later, when I picked up my my first PSP, that's when I got the Power Stone collection, which was both games in one set. They're not the greatest ports ever, but they work, and the load times are, at least for Power Stone 1, are pretty bad. Like this.
Are you ready?
Of course, the namesake of the game is actually... Whoop, I missed. You have to collect all 3 of the power stones to transform your character, and they can do special attacks. You can still take damage, but you don't flinch, unless you get grabbed. I still yet to do this guy's ultimate special attack. Now to pull off a spirit bomb.
Spirit bomb!
And how somehow missed everything. Waiting's pretty good. I think Falcon would be like the other guy I would go for. And then that's pretty much it.
Yahoo! Charlie, one. Are you ready?
Okay, that's what his kick does. Did you ever watch the anime that came out for this thing?
No, I have not.
Oh. It's really boring. I mean, that's probably not surprising in the least, but I thought it was kind of funny that there was a TV show made for this.
Didn't they make Gun Rock gay or something?
Oh, man, I didn't watch that far ahead. I mostly just watched, like, maybe 10 episodes, and it was literally just Falcon just going all over, like, this one town. And just felt like nothing happened.
I just saw images and they seem to imply that Gun Rock is really gay or something. It was like the strangest character development ever, because he's not implied at all in the game.
Yeah. Or maybe it was implied and they just never really had any way to go over it, but, you know.
Well, he does work in a steel mill.
Yeah. They're more subtle about their symbolism. Grab these things when you're in the air. But I'm not getting that time.
Oh no! Perfect.
It's kind of funny, Power Stone has like a lot of clones out there. Although some of the more notable ones that I can think of off the top of my head were like British-made Cartoon Network games. Like there's a Powerpuff Girls one, and there were like
Oh, speaking of
Tom and Jerry games. Huh.
Speaking of.
Oh yeah, here he is.
Charlie, one. Are you ready?
I'm actually surprised that... I mean, well, I'm not too surprised considering that Capcom doesn't really want to do a whole lot with the series right now. But... like, there's definitely been a serious debate between this and like Smash Brothers, since they're fairly similar in style, of like which one was the more superior of these like freeform, simple button fighters.
I prefer the first one to the second one myself.
For Power Stone?
Yes.
Yeah, I do too. But I think
The
it's
second one tried too hard.
that, and also it really just wanted to be more, since it had 4 players, it concentrated more on just trying to be a party game. And it's hard to remember that these games were originally like arcade games. Especially like Typing the Dead, which that I was playing earlier. Trying to see if I can grab Gunrock in the air, but he might be too big. Oh, never mind. I can do it.
Man, this is weird. I'm supposed to have class today, but term doesn't officially start until Wednesday, meaning I basically have this whole week off.
Huh.
Maybe this is a good time to start looking around to get like a little job to make some money.
That might not actually be a bad idea. My class doesn't start till tomorrow because I took a late start course and I just came through that wall.
One. Are you ready?
Oh, well, I guess I get to sit here playing all my Dreamcast ports of games on my PS3.
Well done.
There you go, see? I still got the Dreamcast spirit, even though my Dreamcast is way back at home.
Yeah. I'm not taking any shit, Wang Tang. I mean,
Guess we'll see. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, squeaking computer. Table is squeaky. Crap.
oh
It's Blue Wang Tang!
no.
Android. Yeah, Super Android 13? Maybe?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like, this Piccolo's green.
Are you ready?
It must be Android. Oh! Oh, man.
When I was a kid, I thought you were just fighting him in a Chinese restaurant.
I thought that was the idea. Or at least... For some reason, Wang Tang reminds me of Ranma. Like, he has sort of a fascination with, like, Chinese lore and history and things like that.
I'm pretty sure he is Chinese. Or he's supposed to be.
Alright. Get off. Ah, come on. He dodged my spirit bomb somehow. Ah.
Train!
I think if I lose a match, I'm just going to go ahead and switch games, since I kind of got the idea of how Power Stone works.
One. Are you ready?
Usually I just set the game to max damage and then max damage for power forms. So that way the battles are over really quickly.
I probably should have done that.
Like in that setting, one power fusion like that is enough to just kill everything. So it makes the game incredibly easy. Like his Spirit Bomb there is an instant kill.
Oh wow.
If it hits, of course.
I wonder if people have tried to make like meta games where if you power up with the Power Stones, you get the worst damage possible.
Probably not. I don't see this game having that much support, sadly, other than the small fan base
yeah.
it has. I honestly only learned about this game because the Dreamcast, when I bought it, came with the lovely little demo disc that had this, had Sonic Adventure on it, Hydro Thunder, and I almost said Hydro Storm. Thank you, freaking Castlevania. The Hydro Thunder and what's the other one? House of the Dead 2.
And Ready to Rumble. Don't forget Ready to Rumble.
Yes, Ready to Rumble. That was the other one. You know, back when games came out on discs, little demo discs.
Well, they still kind of do, but
I mean, like you get them packed into your system with like all this little sampler stuff you can try out in case you didn't buy anything, or you get it from a magazine. So OS official PlayStation Monthly, Dreamcast Monthly. I don't think EGM did them at the time.
no.
It was always the monthlies, unless it was Nintendo because they can't include cartridges.
I think part of what's happened is that we've basically gotten to the point where games have become longer and have a little more substance than what you would find in an arcade game.
Well, even then, the Power Stone demo only had
Two
Falcon,
characters.
yeah, Falcon and Gunrock, and you can only fight each other. And there's only one fight.
Yeah. Although I don't know if there's any demos that are still out there for like Skyrim and things like that. Because sometimes, especially these days, a demo can totally miss the point of what your game is trying to convey. Because there's all these different systems you have to account for. If you're to like demo something like Monster Hunter, you have to give them the idea of like, hey, you can now create your own character and all these other systems that you can check out. And as people Jason pointed out in the chat, like Brutal Legend does not give you an idea of what that game is, unless you actually have bought and played that game for yourself.
It's very difficult to make a convincing demo on a larger game anyway.
Yeah.
Like, you can't make a demo out of a Final Fantasy.
Well, you can.
Maybe you can. Maybe.
I mean,
but
there's the Final Fantasy VII demo that...
yeah, that's exactly what I just started thinking. I was like, wait, Final Fantasy VII did get a demo, but I mean like something Final Fantasy X.
Yeah. Well,
that game is all over the place.
Well, back when it was a big deal for games, especially on PlayStation, to sell you on... like, you would be sold on a game just because it had a demo for a much bigger game, like Metal Gear Solid or something like that.
Ah, yes. By Zone of the Enders, get the Metal Gear Solid 2 beta demo, which has a few interesting changes from the final game, and it came on the, well, now very hard to find, blue CD-ROM. PlayStation 2 games early on came on either blue CD-ROMs or the DVDs. And you can tell when you got a blue CD-ROM, other than if it's blue, that your PlayStation 2 suddenly got really loud when it was loading stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking Dreamcast loud.
Oh, he's dead. He's about to lose. I think this is, well, okay. I mean, we're this close to the end of Power Stone, may as well get through the rest of it.
Yeah, may as well try for Kraken. Oh, there he is. Kraken, I believe next is Valgus? Or Vargas?
And Final Vargas. I'm probably going to lose in Vargas. And
Yeah, Valgus is pretty bullshit.
yeah, he is. And unfortunately, I don't have the Dreamcast version of Rez. I have it on the Xbox 360 instead.
Resident Experience. As our friends at Impact Games will happily tell you.
I think on the PSP version, they've made the last two bosses of this game much easier to deal with. Or maybe it's just because they have the sliders turned down or something like that. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Oh, that's not fun at all.
Ah!
I mean, granted, Final Valgus is a pain in the butt, but... Oh, there he goes. Ahandala.
He's got that chain move that's a pain in the ass to deal with.
Ahandala. Ahandala.
Bam!
That's something people never realized in this game, or at least not many. That even though you're in power form, you're not invincible. So you can just punch the crap out of the guy and drain the power meter even faster. Of course, it becomes risk and reward. I mean, if you manage to get in and knock him out, then great. You can diminish his power form. But at the same time, you have to contend with trying to get through some really powerful attacks.
Ugh.
Oh, Kraken went down. He went down in short order.
That wasn't too bad. It's Valgus is the one that I'm worried about the most.
Freaking... Both of his special finishers are annoying. The one where he just raises his arms and suddenly like little needles everywhere, or the more pronounced...
Anything he does, it just hits too damn hard.
Oh yeah, I love the AI's tactic. Jump, kick in the air, send the balls out. Jump. Yeah. I abuse that strategy too when I play as him, and it works a little too well. Also, as a random aside, this boy right here, Valgus, he is currently the WCW champion in my WWE 13 file. Because why not? He's supposed to be a pro wrestler anyway. I think.
This is almost analogous to dive kick, isn't it? I mean, that's probably the one major flaw I have with Power Stone, is that the dive kick is extremely easy to knock out Power Stones.
And it stuns pretty damn well too.
Yeah, it does. Wow, I almost got it perfect.
Spirit Bomb!
Alright. 2. Are you ready? Action!
It has an escape mechanic where if you point the stick towards the opposing player at the right time, you'll immediately dodge, or something like that. Sometimes you can grab and make them dodge, or you can grab and then go over or under them, and then get them into a throw. Ah, this time it.
Yeah, he almost got you with that body press.
Yeah, we could play Space Channel 5 next. I have that.
Yeah, show everyone who the heck pudding is supposed to be, because people are like, who the hell is pudding?
Yeah. The only problem is Space Channel 5 Part 1 is way more strict in timing than the second one. And since I actually have input lag with my capture device, it probably won't work out too well, but we'll try it anyway.
Oh! Almost got bear through. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, keep doing that. Ah!
It's so easy to counter that jump, though.
Oh, yeah. I'm just gonna...
That said, I do love that he has his own unique power music.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
I kind of wish everyone else did, but then again, the power music is pretty damn good on its own. Just hit him with the ult finisher. The not spirit bomb. Or not.
Oh, he's good.
That's what I mean, or not. He just got a kick to the face instead. And now for the boring part.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Oh. It's not fun trying to fight this guy.
I don't even understand what the hell he's supposed to be. Giant mutant fly guy.
Well, whatever it is. Damn it. Whatever it is, they were obviously watching Akira at the time and thought, we should do that too.
Save such a bit.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah, he does love to spam those stupid wing ice crystal thingies. And they're pretty damn hard to dodge too, because they got good accuracy on them.
Yeah. Oh, no! Oh, that sucks. You know, we're so close to the end. Let's just do it.
Continue?
Final challenge.
I love it. Action.
Get that meat, though.
Nothing says recovery than a giant piece of steak. Just feel free to ask Mr. Belmont.
Yeah, when you're coming out of your transformation, you're stuck. It's really hard to dodge these things when he does that.
The sad part is, from playing him, like as a playable character, I already know which kind of attack he's using. So like when he just does little, he releases 3, he's using the light version of the attack, and then when he does 6 or 8, he's using the full heavy. This game operates on the whole heavy light thing. Oh, and that bomb blew off next to him and got you some collateral damage.
Yep, that helped.
And so Wang Tang becomes the best ramen noodle shop person in town. Maybe.
お師匠様が欲しかったものってこれじゃなかったんですか？違うわバカももう一度探しに行ってこい。はい。
It's kind of funny that, at least back in the day, of like, despite Capcom's success of like in the industry, it's just kind of funny of like how bad their translation teams are. I mean, Mega Man Legends is an exception, but then you get to stuff like Breath of Fire 2, or in cases of stuff like this where it's non-existent, almost. Or at least they don't want to translate any of the voiceovers.
That's probably for the best. I kind of like the Japanese voices because they sound really weird anyway.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably part of why they did that.
It adds to the game's charm. Because I can't take Falcon seriously if he's Falcon. I prefer Falcon.
Yeah.
And not Garuda. Garuda!
Of course, a Make game.
That would be the VMUs, I believe.
Ah, that's right. There's mini games you can get, but I don't think I have them unlocked right now.
Yeah, it's the card game and the one where you play as Falcon in the plane and you try not to hit things.
Yeah.
They take up a lot of space, like practically their own VMU, so it wasn't worth it.
None of the VME games were really worth it, honestly.
And Chow Adventure, arguably. Arguably, though.
Yeah.
Chris Tang.
Player, you!
Yay! Me!
Not you, you!
We don't like you. But I played the game. I'm surprised no one's made a Falcon stole a tornado joke.
Yeah,
Well, there it is. There. Done.
you did it.
Game over.
Just get it out of the way.
Put my initials, why not?
Zen. Sega Entertainment Network.
Let's go with that. Oh, I actually did better than last time.